Intimate partner violence cases are so complex and dangerous. We really always need to be aware of that level of danger that that victim is in when they are going through our system.
Special precautions are taken because of the complexity and the volatile nature of domestic violence itself. They're emotionally charged. We have family members, victims, participants in DV court itself, and we just want to ensure that the proceedings can take place in a safe and secure environment. For domestic violence court, we have multiple layers of security. We have our radios, we have the officers in the courtroom, and we also have cameras. We have an officer that views the cameras from an area just off of the courtroom. In the event that there's any type of problems or incidents in the courtroom, they can step away from there and go in and help the officers. Another layer within the courtroom are panic buttons. The judges and the officers of the court have the ability to notify law enforcement and dispatch of an incident in the event that we're occupied, and they can pull that alarm and everybody comes running.
In the courtroom, we will have a community-based victim advocate, and we will have a civil legal attorney sitting together in the back of the courtroom. And they also have office hours within the courthouse building, so that when we have someone that comes into the courthouse, if that is maybe the only stop that they can make that day, they can still meet with an advocate or a civil legal attorney. Get those referrals that they need, set up a safety plan, have some feeling that they're being supported when they come into our courthouse. I think that's a really important part of them feeling comfortable and that we can start earning their trust. The courtroom is set up in Beltrami County so that the defendants are asked to come in and sit in the first 2 rows of the courtroom, depending on the amount of people, but most often we can leave 2 empty rows. And then the survivors, the family members, people that are observing that court then are asked to sit in the back 2 rows of the court. So when we intentionally put that separation between the victim, their family, and the defendant, the alleged offender, we are trying to give a physical space between the two. We are trying to eliminate verbal and nonverbal communication. We ask that the defendant stay face forward the whole time. We have court security that's very diligent about making sure that that happens, and when they see that there's a disruption in that policy and they're starting to turn around or they're starting to voice some words to the victim in the back of the courtroom, that's stopped immediately.
There are times when the domestic violence coordinator or individuals from the battered women's shelter inform us that somebody is having difficulties with the program or has had a bad week leading up to the hearing, any number of details. Often we take those and we establish a security protocol, which just means sometimes we'll provide an additional officer to the courthouse or into that courtroom. We will make sure that we have the layered security with the cameras as an additional safety precaution.
We require that the defendant stay in the courtroom approximately 10 minutes after their hearing, and that allows time for the victim, survivor, and their family to leave the courthouse and to get into their car or get out of the courthouse building.
Often, if they are still frightened or if the family members are frightened, we will provide an escort to their vehicle and just give them peace of mind that things are going to be okay.
Of course, we can't stop all danger. We can't make sure that that person is always protected, but we can be very thoughtful about the way that we are set up to make sure that she is as comfortable and as safe as she can be.